Top of the page to you. I'm Professor Solo. A quick heads up before we go any further. Every grid layout already has placement rules, whether we write them down or not. If we don't place our items, Grid will, and it will do so consistently. This short is about understanding that default behavior, because once we understand how it works, we can decide when to rely on it and when to override it. If you want the full end-to-end picture of how Grid fits together, the long-form Grid Explainer is coming up soon on the WebDevTnT channel. T.A. Watts, walk them through how Grid Autoflow flows.
All right, listen up. So what happens when you don't place your grid items? Simple. When you don't place them, Grid makes the decisions for you. That whole decision engine, it's called auto placement. And yep, it has a rulebook. And that rulebook is a neat little property called Grid Autoflow. By default, things just flow by row. Super simple, just left to right. Once a row's full, Grid just makes a new one. Easy as that. But change that flow to column. Whoa, the whole game just flips. Now you're going top to bottom, and it'll just pop in new columns as it needs them. Okay, now add the dense modifier. This tells Grid to start backfilling any gaps. Super handy, right? But watch out, because it might reorder your items visually. So look, auto placement isn't random. It's predictable once you know the rules. Bottom line, you either control the flow or Grid is going to choose for you. Remember, placement is policy.
Grid Autoflow Row, Grid Autoflow Column, Dense. Each one changes how our content is interpreted, placed, and ordered. Auto placement is predictable, but it is still also Grid making choices on our behalf. When we want to specify specifically where things land in our layout, and how many columns or rows they might spread out over, defaults and autos just won't be enough. Next up, we'll explore grid lines, span, and negative lines, where we can place our items deliberately. P.S. Keep learning.